it's 10th of December 2022, and we are going to check the Nifty's level for next week. So welcome to the BroBlanet channel. We'll try to find out the best possible levels for next week. And yeah, we'll be doing analysis with price action indicators first. Then we'll check Elliott waves, and we'll check the option chain. We'll do the analysis of Elliott waves from COVID low. So stay tuned. It takes a lot of effort to create these videos, so do consider to hit like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and add comments. We do daily provide the Nifty analysis as well in the video, so yeah, you must subscribe to our channel. So let's check the previous week's analysis. This was the one of the chart from previous week. There was another two charts which I have closed by now because I was recording it in earlier attempt. The recording didn't go well, so I closed those chart, and now I have this chart from last week where we explained that Nifty could be heading towards 18,300 to 244, and there was a possibility that it could break this, go towards 18,744 and then drop, or it can be a 1-2-1-2 formation and then drop. Okay, so these things we discussed, but the target given was near these ranges, so it is likely that it has come down now and it has started the drop. So we'll discuss those cases. First, let's check the indicators based analysis. On indicators front, you can clearly see here Nifty has broken the short-term moving averages. So this is 13 EMA, which is a blue line, and next is 48 EMA. It is coming around 18,124. So somewhere near 18,200, it can come like this if Nifty drops slowly. If it drops sharply, then even it can break this and then can move towards 100 EMA, which is somewhere near 17,700 to 800 zones. Below this, we have 200 EMA near 17,300. So let's see if it goes down towards these or not. RSI here is near 55. It's in a neutral zone. Below 50, if it goes, we consider it as a bearish start of the move, and Aron indicators is still trading in a bullish zone. So it can go like this as well if it has to continue the up move, or if it has to be turning bullish or sideways, this will drop below 50. Green line will drop below 50, and if it has to turn bearish, it will give the crossover. So if it gives the crossover, then we have to assume that the bearish move is in force and it will take Nifty much lower on the downside. So let's see if that happens, but that is what the indicators are telling. 18,150 should come around some near this. Okay, there is a support, so we will see if Nifty comes towards this or not. Okay, there is a good strong support. Let me mark that support for the next reference. Okay, somewhere near here we have that support, right? So somewhere near 18,150 to 100 levels we have good support. So moving on to the next, we'll check the Elliott wave analysis. So yeah, this is the chart. This is one of the chart that we can consider. Okay, let's first check this one. So this is the wave count from COVID low. I'm assuming this has a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 finished here. So this is wave 1 in a larger degree, and this is wave 2. So here you can consider WXY like this, or it can be W here, then X here, and Y wave as ABC correction like this, where the W wave will be very small, but I would prefer to be labeled like this, WXY. And now here we can consider that we are in a wave 2, right? So this could have completed wave 1 here, okay, and then wave 2 could be still in progress, and this could be expanded flat correction A, B, and wave C. So C wave would be a 5-wave sequence coming on the downside and breaking below 16,747. So if this happens, then this third wave will be again sharp upside. And we also discussed the long-term view on the Nifty towards 2600 plus. You can watch that video, link will be added here. So this is how one of the way that we can assume that this can be an expanded flat correction. Okay, so this can be wave B as well. Another way to think that is it can be making leading diagonal or 1-2-1-2 pattern. So in this, what will happen? Nifty has to drop down below this red line, which is 18,096. Which can be, you can say that wave 1 stop. So it has to drop below this. If it drops below this, then it can be leading diagonal, and yeah, or it can be 1-2-1-2 pattern. If it's a leading diagonal, it will make one more top after coming down, I have drawn this parallel channel. So first I connected these two dots, then this line is copied on this dot, then we get this parallel channel. So if it moves like this, then it can be leading diagonal. So you cannot project the leading diagonal, or because it's very early, so until it reverses from this trend line, we cannot say for sure that it's a leading diagonal. But still, for the assumption, I have drawn this chart, or it can be 1 2 and then 1 2 pattern as well. Okay, so it has to take support near 17,565. Okay, so it has to take support on this trend line. Okay, otherwise it cannot be 1 2 1 2. Okay, if it happens to be like this, if it takes support here and then goes sharply up, then this will be third of third wave. Okay, then there will be another third wave. Okay, it will go like this 3 4 5, and then we'll have fourth wave, and then we'll have another fifth wave. So it can move like this as well. So this is the second possibility on daily time frame that I have shared with you. So next is the next pattern that I'm going to talk to is for the next week. So this is again ABC correction, as I said in the first chart itself, based on previous week's analysis. This can be 5-wave sequence A wave. So this can be a zigzag correction, and this can be B wave. Okay, and wave C could have started, which will reach minimum towards these zones. There is a little bit of doubts here, okay, because this wave 1 is very large and wave 2 here. So probably this is not the fourth wave. Third and fourth wave has not been finished here. So there is a doubt here because this wave looks too much time consuming, 1 and 2. So third wave has to be stronger going on the downside if this is the case. So what's next? You might think that this is very confusing. Okay, right? So it's not confusing. If it, let's say, comes to this area and then gives the bounce, breaks one of the previous swings, then we can consider that the waves are ended here. Okay, so let's say I'm assuming 1 2 here, 3 4th here, and then fifth drops down and breaks this swing. Okay, so tomorrow, like on Monday, if it opens gap down and then comes up, break this high, then we have to consider that drop has ended. Or one can wait for break of 18,528. If this is broken, then there is a chance that this chart is invalid. On Monday itself, if it opens gap up above 18,528, then this chart will be invalidated. Okay, the second case will be like if it opens gap down and then pushes up, breaks this high, then also we can say that the wave ended here. Okay, so most likely it won't happen considering the fact that it has gave sharp drop and it has to open gap down below the Friday's low. So second chart assumes a more bearish approach where we can consider this as one wave, this as two wave. So in this case, it will break below 18,244. It will even break 18,144. So if this happens, right, if it goes below this, so then I will consider this chart, I will discard the previous chart. Okay, so this is a more bearish approach. And what is more bearish than this? Okay, so again in this case this chart will be invalidated if it breaks this. Okay, and yeah, so we have to wait for one swing break. Okay, now it's forming lower low, lower high formation. Okay, it has not broken that formation yet. Lower low, lower high. Okay, so until it breaks this formation, you should not be turning bullish. So you should turn bullish only after 18,664 break. Okay, or in next day if it opens gap down, you should not turn bullish. So now the next chart is extreme bearish case. Okay, so where we said that it is going to break 16,747. So this was the chart that we talked, right? It's an expanded flat correction. So this is the extreme bearish case. In this case, we are assuming this entire drop from the all-time high towards this is wave 1, this is wave 2. So in this case it will drop very sharply even below 17,400. So almost 1,000 points it should drop in next couple of weeks. You could say maybe in a week itself it will drop. if this is the case, okay, and in that case the fifth wave will break this low, okay, and it can make one more low near, let's say, 16,500. Okay, so this is what can happen. So as I said, it's 16,500 that can come if the drop will be very sharp starting next week. So let's see, if it doesn't open gap down, then all these bearish cases will not hold ground, and yeah, it will bounce back from uh, 18,300 to 18,250 zones itself. So moving forward now, let's check the option chain quickly. On option chain, definitely you will see huge call writing happen that suggested that market uh, participants are expecting drop in the next week. Aggressive call writing happened on all the strikes 16,500 and 16,600. So you can see here there is a huge call open interest, open almost twice, almost thrice of that of 16,500, right? So Nifty was moving around this level for past 1 week, but yeah, our all-time high was near 18,600, right? So this is where the max OI got created, and yeah, bulls could not enjoy much. They touched almost 18,900, and then again now huge call open interest is suggesting that, and again addition of huge call open interest here is suggesting that these two strikes are major resistance for the current week's expiry. So 15th December expiry, these are the two major resistance. Nifty would not be able to easily cross them. And on the downside, earlier it was 18,600 which was support, and 18,500 was a second major support. Okay, so now both of the put writers from here will shift lower, so they will have to shift lower towards 18,300. so first it's 18,400, but most likely if it opens gap down in next session, 18,300 is likely the next support. Okay, and yeah, so for this expiry, 18,000 to 18,500 should be the range, because you could see here after 18,500, okay, the major support is 18,000 itself. Okay, so 18,500 to 18,000 could become the range for this expiry. So these 500 should be the range for this expiry. So this is the only conclusion that we can draw from the option chain as of now. And yeah, Nifty should not be able to easily cross 18,500, and it should slip towards 18,300 first, and below this it should slip towards 18,000. So this is how we can consider the option chain for the next week. So thanks for watching. Do let me know in the comments what do you think